get back to our breaking news coverage right now. Just hours after the Vatican announced Pope Francis passed away. It was just yesterday that the 88-year-old pontiff greeted a crowd of thousands. You can see as the Pope Mobile there drove through the Vatican's St. Peter's Square. It was his highest profile appearance in months. Pope Francis had only made brief public appearances since he was discharged from the hospital after undergoing more than 5 weeks of treatment for pneumonia in both lungs. Francis did not lead the Easter Mass. Instead, Cardinal Angelo Comastri spoke on his behalf. Less than 24 hours later, Comastri announced Pope Francis had died.
Carissimi fratelli e sorelle.
Dear brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow I must announce the death of our Holy Father, Francis. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the house of the Father. His whole life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and His Church. He taught us to live the values of the Gospel with fidelity, courage, and universal love.
Pope Francis was the first non-European pontiff in nearly 1,300 years. The process of selecting a new pope begins when conclave is convened between 15 and 20 days after Francis's passing. The new pontiff will then be installed within a week, roughly, after he is elected. Meanwhile, here at home, Catholics and Pope admirers are also mourning the loss. Let's get to KCR3's Aaron Heft, live at the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament in Sacramento. So, Aaron, has the community started to come out this morning to honor Pope Francis?
Mike, not quite yet. Most churches actually closed today, except for this one, which opens at 10 o'clock this morning in downtown Sacramento and has its first Mass at noon today. But really, the entire world waking up to the news of the death of Pope Francis, like you said, the day after Easter. And for some perspective, California as a whole has quite a large population of Catholics, and this absolutely sure to stir quite the reaction. So take a look. This is just a snapshot of just yesterday inside of Mass at the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament, where we stand this morning. The death of Pope Francis announced hours after the close of Easter Sunday. Francis was the first pope from the Jesuit order, the first from the Southern Hemisphere, and the first born outside of Europe since the 8th century. Born in Argentina back in 1936 to Italian immigrants, 44 years after becoming ordained, he was picked to head the Catholic Church in 2013. In his time, the Holy Father worked to make the Catholic Church more inclusive, especially towards the LGBTQ+ community, approving blessings for same-sex couples and allowing transgender people to be baptized. An anticipated wave of reaction in the wake of his passing is coming at a very unique time. Like I said, many churches of all types, but especially Catholic and Jesuit, to take the day after Easter off to reflect. That's pretty typical. And like I said, though, back out here live, this not the case here at this church in downtown Sacramento. They open at 10 o'clock this morning, so we're less than an hour out, as many people will, I'm sure, come to reflect on Pope Francis and the death of Pope Francis and begin to mourn this loss across not just here in California or the nation, but really the world. Mike?
Aaron Heft, thank you so much for that live report this morning. Meanwhile, just into our newsroom, Governor Gavin Newsom also responded to the Pope's passing. He posted on X saying in part, quote, "Jennifer and I join the world in mourning the passing of Pope Francis. Pope Francis saw God in all his creatures, reminding us of humanity's obligations towards each other and the world that we live in, asking us to care for one another and let us be loving custodians of creation." The White House also shared a memorial post for Pope Francis. It read, "Rest in peace," alongside photos of President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance meeting the pontiff. President Trump posted on his Truth Social saying, quote, "Rest in peace, Pope Francis. May God bless him and all who loved him." Meanwhile, VP Vance also posted text just a day after the Vice President and Pope met privately. The Vatican said, quote, "The meeting, which lasted a few minutes, provided an opportunity to exchange Easter greetings." Today